Good evening, good evening. All right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. How are you doing tonight? Welcome. Let's go make this public. Let's go make this public. Yeah, go live, create and go live here. Just give me a second, folks. 1 second. Go live, go live. Public Tuesdays with Terrence. Tuesdays with Terrence. All right, hold on. How you people doing? How you people doing? How you people doing? Man, I got some news to give you tonight. Let's fix Terrence. Terrence. How you people doing? Are you doing well? Are you doing well? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please tell me in the chat. I'm trying something tonight. Esther Duran, can you hear me? Alvin, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, folks. I'm having some technical difficulties tonight, and I'm going to tell you a little story in a minute. So, how are you, beautiful people, doing? Oh man, we might have some technical difficulties. It's going in and out, but I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. It's all right. It's all right. How you people doing? Hope you're doing well. Um, Let me tell you what happened today. I set up, in a hotel, and I set Terrence. And guess what? I went out. When I came back, there was no internet, none, zero. So I started to panic. So I called the hotel lobby. I'm like, I can't get internet. I can't get internet on my phone, my laptops, or nothing. So they send someone up and they put me in a room. Shout out to Carlos. So as I start this program tonight, so I'm running a little kind of late here, and I sound a little disorganized. I'm not really disorganized. We're gonna play our theme song. I hope you're doing well. Esther, I hope the storm passed you by in St. Martin. I know it's in the Northern Caribbean. Um, Ernesto, I think it's called. I hope it passed you by. I hope everybody else is doing well tonight. Like I said, it might be going in and out on the live tonight, but I'll explain to you guys in a moment what's going on. So let me get our theme song working, and we can rock from there. All right, let's turn it on and let's start. Family, come as you are with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? To me, you're worth much more. Life is unsatisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich that way to be on my show. You don't have to have a million family to be on my show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. Some people call me H, some people call me Havis, some people call me Terrence, some people call me Mr. Bardui, and some people call me Little Boy. That's Luca Boy, going all the way back to the 767 YT Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Tall is her body. If you're from La Puente, You call me Luke Boy. Let me see if there's anybody from La Pointe watching right now. Not yet, not yet. But I know Esther Durant Casimir is married to a Jean La Pointe. But folks, I have a good show for you tonight. Like I said, we're gonna have a great time tonight. But I have to tell you what happened. There's a great conference going on right now in Atlanta. I'm supposed to be in Atlanta at the annual convention of the Black Professionals in Financial Services, the CAA, the CAF in Atlanta. But the thing is that, but the show must go on. I almost couldn't do it because there's no internet in my room. There is no in my suite, no internet. Um, I can't log on the laptops. I can't log on my phones. No, I could work my phone with data, but I couldn't do any of that stuff. Then I had my speaker. We went out to the mall. When we come back, my speaker is gone. Although we had a do not disturb on the suite. I don't know what's going on. It's one of those crazy, crazy days. But guess what? The show must go on. Sandy was supposed to join me, but she can't. So we'll talk a little bit about this in a minute. She's actually doing something right now because she had a little accident, so she's taking care of something right now. But let me tell you guys this, man. Tonight I have a very good show for you, and I hope you're ready for it. Some of you don't even understand that birthdays are good things, but what you don't understand in my business, right? What you don't understand in my business, birthdays makes life insurance more costly. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm really excited that I'm here tonight. Good to see you, Mr. Bokari Jumbo. How you doing, my brother? Now that you're in Florida, man, I hope you and the Queen's doing well. Give her my love. Hope you guys are doing well. Mr. Alvin Valdez, who else is watching tonight? Whoever else is watching, if you don't give me a shout out, I can't. If you don't say hi, I can't give you a shout out. I try to give a shout out to different people who there are some people who watch religiously. I had an appointment with a client today, and she told me, she says, "Well, I watch you all the time. I just don't say anything." And and in her case, I don't mind that kind of person because she's contacted me, and I've been working with her for a while. We're trying to create something for her. We'll be taking care of that this week. So I'm really, 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 really excited about this. But let me tell you, today I got to give a shout out to Sandy. Today's Sandy's 21st birthday. Yeah, I'm rocking the cradle big time. She's 21 today, and um, I don't know if she can have any kids. We will have to do an investigation. But tonight, I just want to say, Sandy, thanks for all your support and all that you do. Happy 21st birthday. Let's turn up later, but right now, I just want to say posted some on the internet, on Facebook, Instagram, I think TikTok and WhatsApp. We'll post some more pictures again. But like I said, I was supposed to be at a conference in Atlanta, but it was Sandy's birthday, so we had to recognize that. So for all of you who are watching tonight, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. I'm really excited about should I play this? Let's see. Christopher Martin. Nah, I should play this one. You guys can't handle that one. Let me see what I can play. You know what? I'll play. Yeah, I'll play this one. Since we're celebrating birthdays, it ain't gonna be too long. On and off. I know it's going on and off, but that's the breaks. That's the breaks. Tonight we're gonna have some technical difficulties. I know what the problem is, Esther, but it's gonna go like this tonight. Troy. Yes. Mrs. Sandra T. Bardui. Happy 21st birthday. So now that we've taken care of all of that, some of you guys have been worrying about markets, right? Let's look at what the markets did today. The Dow Jones was up. The Dow Jones was up 408.63. The Nasdaq was up 407, and the S&P was up 90.04. So a lot of you made some money today. You all that money you lost last week when the market went down almost 1,000 points. You guys are trying to, folks. Tonight, I have a good show in store for you. It's going to be going in and out, and I know there's a technical difficulty. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I may delete this one, but you should share it as well. It's going to be a good thing that we need to talk about. Um, Everyone who's watching tonight, I know you guys have birthdays. Today's Sandy's birthday. She's 21, but all of us have a birthday. My birthday's in a couple of months. I'm going to be the big 60, the big 60 on October 15th. I'm really looking forward to that. It's my last few days in my 50s. So I'm going to embrace that. But tonight, I wanted to bring something to your attention that you guys may not know. And I know it's going off and on, off and on. And maybe what I could do, I could probably, let me see if I can get it, if I can fix it to get off from going off and on. I can try that if you guys want me to try that. Hold on a moment, all right, guys? Let me mute you for a second, and let's see if we can get it to not do that. Hold on. I'm trying something here, guys. I know it's a live recording, and I was trying. You guys were telling me it's going in and out. I was going to try something for you to see if we can kill. You got to hear what I got to say tonight. StreamYard.com. Let's try it again. Let's see. Enter the studio. Hold on. Just hang in there. 1 second. Let's try it. Let's see if it works. All right. Is this a little better? Can you hear me a little better now? Let's try this. Is this working a little better for you guys? Esther, tell me if you can hear me good this time so we can fix it. I just fixed it for you guys. Let me know if you can hear me better. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up. Somebody say something. Let me know. Let me say good evening in the chat. Yes. All right. So you can hear me. Great. So I fixed the problem, right? It won't be going in and out anymore. So tonight, let's have a conversation. So for those of you, you don't have to tell me the year. For those of you who are watching, put in the chat your birthday. So I want to put in the chat mine. Mine is 1015. All right. You don't have to put the year, but I put 1015. So Esther, put yours in the chat. Troy, if you're still watching, Bokari, Alvin, put yours in the chat. You don't need to put the year. We don't need to know how young you are. I want to show you guys and teach you guys something tonight. All right. Venus says she's 818. It's Leo season. Excuse me, Venus. You same month as my sister and Sandy and my niece and Sharice. Man, all the divas are born. Esther is March 17. Oh, Esther, I do that. But you did it backwards. You didn't have to put your year, Esther. This is how you're supposed to do it. I know you didn't do it backwards. I know you do it like in the Caribbean, right? You do it like that. 317. Just like my daughter. Esther, I did that. I did know that. This is Esther. Let me put it in there for you. Esther. All right. There you go. Esther is 317. All right. Cool. So check this out, right? I was talking to a client today that I started working with last year. And the client's son turned 18 in January. And we started doing something last year in December, I believe, but we had a hiccup. So we had to curtail that. All right, Sandy's coming on. I'll give you a shout out, Sandy. I give you a shout out. I'll give you another one in a second. So everyone's putting their birthday. You don't have to put the year, but put your birth date in there. We know it's your birthday today, and I already gave you a shout out earlier. I played a song for you and everything, but we're having some technical difficulties, so I try to fix it. I explained to my guests what's going on tonight. So excuse me. So I have a little I got a Guinness right here. A Guinness. See that? Nah, I don't drink, man. It's a ginger beer. Jamaican. D&G ginger beer. So everybody, all right. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sandy, aka Muffin. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday to ya. Go, Sandy. It's your birthday. Okay, let me stop. Happy birthday, Sandy. We'll turn it up after this show. But back to the show. Leo season is, y'all are lit, all right? So you guys put your ages in. So right now, I am 59 years old, right? I'm 5'9". But if I go and do an IUL, an Index Universal Life Policy, with one of my big-time carriers, I am actually considered a 60-year-old. So Venus, whatever age you're going to be, that's what you are. Esther, your birthday is March 17th. So we're in August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So that's 7 months down the road. So you're still considered your current age, Esther. You're still considered your current age. And what you guys don't realize is that the longer you wait, the more expensive it becomes to create a legacy, the more challenging. Because remember, the cost of insurance goes by age. Insurance, when you get insurance, it goes by sex, male or female, health. Are you taking medications? Do you have some health challenges? Your height? Are you height to weight proportionate your weight? So if you're 300 pounds and you're 7'2", you're fine. But if you're 5'5" and you're 300 pounds, you're not fine. Because insurance companies can legally discriminate against you. So what I keep trying to teach people is, when they say, I'll do it later. No. Because this client that I'm helping, I'm in the process of helping them with something. I'm torn between an IUL and a whole life. Because some whole lives you can add additional monies in there as well. So, but the young man turned turned 18 this January. But for insurance purposes, he's 19 because he's closer to January 2025 than he is to January 2024. Now, you see, those are little tidbits we try to teach clients when we're trying to help them. We try to tell them, people always say, well, I got time. They always say they got time, and it's okay. And with this client, they had a legitimate reason. I know why. Can't disclose it to you. They had a legitimate reason. And I know when the time was right, they were going to do business. As a matter of fact, we were going to do it today, but I wanted to look at some more stuff, so we postponed it till Thursday. And what I'm trying to say to you guys is stop procrastinating and waiting for longer, because I have a client, both the husband and the wife is my client. They're entrepreneurs, they own a business. And basically, I've known her since 2007. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 17 years. I've known her for 17 years. And a few years back, she wanted to create a plan for her son. She wanted to do it in April. The child was 6 years old, but the child was diagnosed with autism in December. That was a few years back. Guess what? What she wanted to do for the child, we couldn't do because the child, when you're autistic, you're uninsurable. It's sad. People say to me, why are you discriminating? Well, let me teach you something about the trade that you guys don't know. With insurance companies, they can legally discriminate against you on your height, weight, sex, physical challenges. That's why Venus and myself, we advocate getting it as quick as possible. Good evening, Felicia. We advocate getting this thing like at 2 weeks old. At 2 weeks old, we advocate. After you get that social security number, get that stuff done. I have a client right now. They are in the Caribbean right now, spending time with their daughter and grandkid. And the baby was born in, I believe, October. And they called me. I was like, congratulations. But in December, we set something up. So I pray that no one ever find out that their child has a health challenge. But if you find out your child has a health challenge and they're uninsurable, I always tell clients it's your fault. Now, that sounds very harsh, what I'm saying. You like, Havis H. Good evening, Mr. Charles Robinson, and good evening, Felicia. How can you tell someone it's their fault? Do you know a child is never diagnosed autistic at 2 weeks old? Never. You get a social security number, and you got health. If after 2 weeks they get their slap on the butt, 2-week notice, then the first person you should be calling is Felicia Lisa Starr or Venus, the ABR Queen, Stevens. H. Terrence Barter, any licensed person. For those of you have a grandchild, some of you old enough like me, my kids are not married yet, so I'm not a granddad. So when my kids get married and they have a child, boom, I'm getting the IUL. I'm going to be the owner and the beneficiary, and the child's going to be the insured. And the parent will be the successor owner. So if I die, they're going to keep funding it till the child gets old enough. And my client that I'm talking to, I was talking about this morning, who's the kid now is 19. He's actually 18, but he's considered 19. And the reason why he's considered 19 is because he's closer to January. So your birthday can make life insurance more costly. You got to get it before your birthday, more than 6 months before your birthday. You got to, folks. You got to. Felicia says, yes, get that policy ASAP. Stop waiting. You're right. You got to do it, folks, because the cost of insurance is more expensive the older you get. From the time a child is born, every day they're closer to dying. Like, he's like, why did you have to say that? That sounds so morbid. Okay, let me put it in a loving way. From the time your child is born and 2 weeks later you got a social security number, you should secure them just in case if life happens. Just in case. Now, you should have already secured yourself, just in case if you didn't make it home. So why do people wait and why do they procrastinate? Well, I'll do it later. Let me tell you something. If this ginger beer here costs $1, I don't want to pay $1 for it. I don't want to pay $2 or $3. I want to pay $1 or less. So why would I pay $2.99 or $5 for this when I can get it for $1? Why do you all do that? Why? Sometimes we do it because we don't understand the concept of proper planning. Proper planning prevents brokenness. Proper planning prevents poverty. PPPPP. Proper planning prevents poverty. I heard a very, very great quote today, and I'm going to read you the quote. This is what the quote says. It says this. Let me pull it up for you. Recessions are garage sales for the prepared. Recessions are garage sales. You ever seen a garage sale? A recession is a garage sale for the prepared. Let me explain what that means. Colin said that from the herd on Fox Sports. He said his dad used to say that. Let me read that quote to you, and I'm going to write it down in a post later today too. It says, recessions are garage sales for the prepared. So let me ask you a question. Everybody's saying we're on the borderline of a recession right now. That's what they're saying, right? We're teetering on a recession. If rates keep going up, and if the cost of everything, the feds may raise, rates, drop rates, I should say, in September to jumpstart the economy. Well, a recession don't happen every year. Sometimes it takes years. They go in cycles. In the 1920s, when you had the Great Depression, what if someone was saving every day from 1900, and my grandmother on my mother's side was alive? She was born in 1900 and she died in 2003 at 103. So if somebody was saving from 1900, 10, 20, 30% of their salary, whatever it may be, that was like for 22 years or 25 years. And then the recession hit. You would be able to survive. Do you remember the story in the Bible about Joseph being sold into slavery by his brothers because he had the coat of many colors his father gave him, and it was his father's fault for playing favoritism? He ended up being sold to the Ishmaelites, and then he ended up in Potiphar's house, and Potiphar tried to corner him, and he ran. His coat still in her hand. Potiphar did not kill him because he know that Joseph didn't do it, but he had to make a statement for his wife, so he puts him in jail. He meets a baker and a butler, and all that story goes in. And he interprets dreams for them, and then one of them gets out, and then something's happening. The Pharaoh has a dream and he's very puzzled, and Pharaoh comes and interpret the dream. Remember all that in the Bible for those of you who go to church or read your Bible? Well, Joseph was placed in charge of Egypt because of his wisdom and his ability to interpret dreams. It was God sent, right? But guess what? He was saving grain. They were saving grain because a famine was coming. There was going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. Kind of like a recession. A recession don't stay there all the time. So a recession is a garage sale for the prepared. Life insurance is preparedness for families. Have you all ever met someone who unexpectedly lost a loved one? They were not ill. It could have been a plane crash, a car accident, a homicide. Have you all ever known anyone like that? I have. I have. But guess what? Life happens. We're not praying for this for anyone. What we are saying is, if you did that, what you were supposed to do at 2 weeks old, then you were prepared. You would be prepared. So when a recession comes and we all need help, what we were doing when we had plenty? We were Dubaiing, Cabo Lucasing, DRing, Brazilian, Colombian, Parisin, Greasing, Puerto Vallarta in Hawaiian. And folks, don't misunderstand what I'm saying to you. I'm not telling you guys not to have fun. I'm not telling you not to go on vacation. I'm not telling you not to have celebrations. I am not telling you any of that. I keep saying you all keep waiting and it becomes more expensive. And there's even people who get insurance and they pay it for a little while and then it lapses. Throwing money away. I know what, if you had a cash value life insurance like an IUL and you had it for 20 years and you lost your job and you had no money, there's cash you can take there to live off, or there's cash you can in there that could pay premiums. So basically what that was, that recession that came, you were prepared. You were prepared. So recessions are garage sales for the prepared. Are you prepared? Are you? Are you waiting for, till I turn 60, 61, 62, 65, 50, 40, 35? For those of us where our parents did not get policies on us when we were 2 weeks old, they didn't know. I didn't know. I wasn't even in this country. But if you've been living here, I have social media friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and I watch a lot of their posts. Let me tell you, I watch everybody's posts. If you all notice, sometimes I like some of your posts. I don't even read it. You put a nice picture, you're my friend just to give you support. But I read a lot of the posts. And I look at people who look like me, people of color. Our priorities are skewed. If birthdays makes insurance more costly, why would you wait till you're a year older? You get more bang for your buck. For those of you who like to shop, if they got a sale at Macy's, 75% off, today only, and you got the money, you're going to go next week? That Michael Kors pocketbook you wanted, instead of $400, you can get it for $75. Why do we do that? Why do we procrastinate? Birthdays makes insurance more costly because the older you are, the more expensive it is. And the older you get is the sicker you get. You do. So why are we still doing that? You know, I don't believe, and you all may disagree. I don't believe people intentionally want to do that. I just believe people have a lack of discipline. You can send me to a place where they have something that I already have, and the sale could be the greatest sale. I'm not getting it because I already have it. If you have insurance, it's never too much. Is never. There's no such thing as too much. No such thing as too much. No such thing as too much. As a matter of fact, the insurance companies are going to cap what you can get based on your income and your net worth. You can't be making 25 grand a year and you want a $40 million life insurance policy. You will not get it. But guess what? You're 18 years old and you're working at McDonald's and you're making 35,000 a year. So check this out. You're 18 years old, you're a legal adult, you're making $35,000 a year, which isn't much, divided by 12. That's like $2,916 a month, right? Times 12, right? Is 35,000. That's all you can afford. 35,000 times 40, that's $1.4 million. As an 18-year-old, some companies will give you 40 times your annual income. And for an 18-year-old, you know how much a $1.4 million policy would cost? I'll tell you right now. I'll pull it up for you. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm going to pull it up on my phone and give you I'm going to use a couple of different companies. OUILLE. Put my password in. Next. 1.4, right? Since you're not making a lot of money, that means you cannot afford a large premium. But you're making $35,000 a year. You may have a roommate. You may still be living at home. So let's look and see where we stand. Let's look and see. So we got, let's see, we got right here. Let's do a quick quote. We'll use Venus is in Maryland. We'll use the state of Maryland. We're going to use Venus as a guinea pig. Okay, let me rephrase that. We'll use Venus as a case study. Sounds better than a guinea pig, right? Let's look at a term policy. And we're going to look at you're 18 years old. You're 18 years old. She doesn't smoke. We're going to put a waiver of premium on there. We're going to put 1.4 million. $87.91 for a 10-year term. A 30-year will cost her 202. But what we're going to do is, I'm sorry, no, that's a male. Let me rephrase that. Venus, man, you're a good-looking male. Let's switch it to female. $71.91. And if I go and I remove the waiver of premium, which I would put on there, you can get a $1.4 million policy for $55.88. So in 10 years, when you are 28, you're not going to be making 35,000. You've probably got a promotion or whatever. 1.4 million will cost you $55.88. Kids are paying more than that for their phones a month. They pay more than that for Ubers for the weekend. What you have to understand is simply this, folks. What you have to understand is simply this. Birthdays makes life insurance more costly. So now I'm going to give Venus an age. That same policy that I just talked about, right? Let's say Venus is, I'm going to make Venus about 10 years older. She's not 18 anymore. She's 28. That same policy. Let me get it. That same policy. 1.4. They go in bands. It costs the same thing because you're going in a band. But let's say now Venus has got married and have kids. She never got it. I'm going to make Venus about 40. I want to make her about 40. That same policy costs her $91.61. I'm going to make Venus an old chick like me. She's 59. Excuse me. Excuse me. She's 59 now. Let's see. She is now at that same thing, $451.35. So you waited till 59 to do something that you could have done at 18. Why? Because you like birthdays? The reason why people like to spend on vacations and shopping and going out, eating, it's not a commitment. It's a one-time thing. Whenever you did it, you paid for it and you're done. You see, having insurance is a commitment. A commitment. Good evening, Marilyn Thomas. How are you tonight? And Valda Mary Peltier Breedy. It's a commitment. Some people cannot manage money. So if they know they have to pay $57 every month, it's like asking them for $1 billion. You got a budget. Because if you now you got married, you had kids, you had grandkids. My client asked me today, they said to me, if something happens to me, I want to make sure, that my child is fine. And I said to them, you remember the conversation we had last year? You remember what your net worth was? I'm not going to say what it was, but it was substantial. I said, you have a good net worth, but you have to protect it. If something happens to you, how's your child going to pay the mortgage? How's your child going to go to school? How? This is the key. This is the key. The key is make sure you don't wait for your birthday to get life insurance. Make sure you don't have health challenges and then you call me. Oh, I'll try to find you something. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, though. And don't tell me, oh, that's too much. No, it's too much because, you have some challenges. When you was healthy, hunky-dory, young, cute, and with nothing, you didn't want it. You didn't see the value. Now you have children, you may have grandkids, you get older, you start to feel yourself. I'm on a siblings call with my siblings every Friday night. My younger sister, she says, we are the old people now. We are the old folks now. She's right. Listen, my loyal listeners and followers. Life insurance can do a plethora of things. It can protect your income, it can eliminate debt, and it can create legacies. You can use it for a college savings plan like a 529. It's better than a 529. You can use it for a bank. You can use it for vacation savings. For those of you like going on vacations, put it in your budget, but fund it through life insurance. And when you have extra money, hide it that nobody can see it. Not your boo, not your side piece, not your husband, your wife, your kids, the state, the government. Lock it away, man. All the wealthy people that, you know, you see all the people in Congress who passing all these laws and rules and regulations. They all do it. They stacking a whole bunch of money. I have a friend who told me they're gonna get a settlement. When they get a settlement, they'll call me. I don't want. If you don't call me for $50 a month, you're gonna call me when you have $400,000. No, you ain't. You're not. You won't even call me for $50 a month. What makes you think the first person on your mind is going to be Mr. Havis, Terrence Bardui from Tuesdays with Terrence? Because I have 400,000, or I hit the lottery and I have millions of dollars. You're not going to call me. Stop fooling yourself, because you're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. Venus says they may not make to see the settlement. Oh, they may not make it to see the settlement. True. I was at a church camp meeting, and this guy was telling the camp meeting folks, when he's the lottery, he's going to donate $1 million to the school. I bet you if he was giving that school $20 a month, they'd still take it. You may never hit the lottery. Folks, it's the same thing with planning. Stop thinking about the big thing. Some of us are living paycheck to paycheck. You know why? Some of us are living paycheck to paycheck because we're not disciplined. We don't budget. We don't understand financial literacy. Some of us don't want to understand financial literacy. Some of us don't care about financial literacy. Some of us think it's none of your business. I think sometimes people think that I think that everybody should do business with me. No. As a matter of fact, I've turned down business from people, substantial amount of business, because it's not the right fit. My best clients never call me about their accounts. If you have a client and they call you every week about that, I don't want you for my client. Some of my other colleagues can handle you. I love my client. If they need me, they call me and I go help them. If they need me and they need something, I help them. I found out one of probably my best client, not my wealthiest, but my best client. I got a text yesterday morning, that he's in hospice, and I'm away. Sandy's birthday today, so we're out of town celebrating. So when I get back tomorrow, this week, I got to go see the guy. My best client. The guy trusts me explicitly. If I tell you things he's given me to do. This guy sold a business back in 2013, and he called me because he had an extra 100,000, 150,000, I think, hanging around. And he called me, hey, Terrence, this is such and such. I never got the call or the voicemail. For 2 weeks, I was clearing up messages and I heard the call. I said, what? I called the guy. He said, yeah, I've been waiting for you, man. I sold a business and I have some money there. I want to do something with it. I drove 5 hours from Charlotte, North Carolina to Virginia, straight to his house. And we put something in a single premium for him. And guess what? During his convalescent times, we've been, using some of those funds to take care of him. Smart guy. High school diploma. He always says, "I'm not smart." I think he was very smart. He was very thrifty. He grew up poor, and he understand. Very nice guy. My ideal client. If he calls me, I will jump. If I'm out of the country, I see a call from him, I'm taking it. Folks, it's the same thing with your planning. If you wait for your birthday, it's going to be too expensive. Good night, Elizabeth Bardui. How are you? Don't wait for your birthday, folks. It'll be too expensive and you won't be able to afford it. You won't be able to afford it. Do it in 2 weeks. You can't do it in 2 weeks. Do it as soon as you can. In 2 months, October 15th, I'll be 60 years old. I know the gray gives it away a little bit. If I shave it up, I don't really look my age. I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I try to walk and exercise. I eat right. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't eat certain things, like meats and dairy and certain things like that. And for some people, just because you eat that doesn't mean, just because I don't eat, don't mean I'm better than you, I'm healthier than you. But I'm saying to you, my health is very important to me. But that's no excuse for me not to secure my legacy. Good evening, Eva, my big sister. I thought you were celebrating somewhere on vacation on in the mountains, looking beautiful. Good to see you. The problem with us is we fail to plan, so we plan to fail, and we keep waiting for birthdays. When you wait for your birthday, it's going to be more expensive. What you have to do is proper planning prevents poverty. Proper planning prevents poverty. Proper planning prevents poverty. Starting next week, folks, I'll be doing a Zoom with a carrier to teach me how to do larger sales. Larger sales. The reason why I'm concentrating on that is because I want to start concentrating on business owners, people who are making a lot of money. Now, I will still help John Doe and Jane Doe, but I want to start concentrating on people who want to drop $100,000 a year into these things, $10,000 a month or more. And the reason why, because I want people to understand there is a way you can create legacies. But the funny thing about it is, though, if you don't believe me or you don't trust me, don't call me. If you don't believe me or you don't trust me, don't call me. Secondly, don't call me and ask me for advice and then go somewhere else either. Don't do that. That's not wise. I had to tell that to somebody. I kind of did it in a kind of way. I asked them, when did you first do that? They said 2018. I said, you know me since 2005. I say, go pull out your stuff. You see the number on there? Call them. Let them help you. That's what I told the individual. I wasn't going to help them because you cannot, I do the same thing. You go to someone else, and when you need help, you come to me. No, stop the abuse, man. There's a funny word for this, and I'm not going to say what it's called. Let's be wise. I know you all can be wise. All of you are watching are way smarter than me. I believe so. Everyone watching this show is way smart. I keep telling people I'm just better looking, but you guys are smarter than me. And it's paramount that you put something in place. But do it 7 months before your birthday. And if your birthday already come, do it now. Every time you wait, you're taking a larger risk. Life can happen. I can't tell you guys so much stories because sometimes some of the stories I may give, people may be watching. Let me tell you something, right? If I had to tell you stories about procrastination, it would blow your mind. But what I do know is you don't have to be a star to be my client. You don't have to have a million to be my client. And I don't want you to hit the lottery for you to call me. I rather have 100 clients paying 100, $200, $300 a month than have one client that just did one big thing. You know why? The reason why I rather that is because if that one client who did that big thing, something happened, they're gone. But if I have 100 clients doing one, two, or 300 a month doing something, or even 50 a month, and 10% of them, 10 of them fall by the wayside, something happened, quit, laugh, I still have 90. And from that 90, I need to build, get another 100. And if another 10% fall, I have 180. And that's the law that I want to participate in. I don't just want people think, oh, Terrence come on here, he's talking about big this, big this. I'll help you with $50 a month. A buddy of mine, I'm gonna call him out because he's not on social media. And I'm gonna send him this video. He told me last month, next month, I'm ready to do $100 a month. I've called him and texted him a couple of times. He hasn't responded. So, Mr. in North Carolina, Morrisville, let's talk. For those of you who contacted me this week and last week, thank you. We're going to set it up for you. For those of you who watch the show, God bless you. For those of you who have grandchildren, start a legacy with life insurance for them. You get to control it. When you die, their parents will control it. And when they get old enough, adults, they've already know the concepts and they can take it over. It's called Financial Literacy 101. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Birthdays make insurance more costly. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. But if you're from Point Michelle in the enclave of St. Luke, the parish, La Puente, you call me Little Boy. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. Folks, I'm on a crusade, and that's all I do on this crusade is educate, pontificate, tell people what they should be doing because tomorrow is not promised. Now, folks, life happens. I hear too many stories, and I don't want you to be that story. So tonight, as we depart from each other, I don't sell insurance, okay? I help you acquire what you need. Because selling insurance is not selling like hot dogs. I'm putting tax-free generational wealth back into our communities. When people have illnesses, living benefits kick in. Listen to me. Birthdays makes insurance more costly. So do it today. You don't have to be a star to be on my show. God bless you. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. I'm doing this from a conference room because there's no internet in my room. Okay, so therefore, God bless you. I'm going to go celebrate with the missus tonight. Happy birthday, Sandy. Thank you for watching. And all those who celebrate birthdays in August. Some of my business partners like Venus and Cherise, my sister Betsy yesterday, my niece Maeve tomorrow, and all others who have a birthday this month. It's Leo season. Raise the roof. God bless you. Good night. Like and share if you choose to. But remember, birthdays makes insurance more costly. Good night. Hasta la vista. And as we play our theme song, you don't have to be a star to be on my show. God bless you. Good night. That's my baby sister, Miss Maynard Thomas. say you don't have to be a star to be on my show, but you all are superstars. God bless you. Good night. Hasta la vista. Esther, stay safe in the storm. Gladys, God bless you. Birthdays makes insurance more costly. That's right. Good night, everybody. Hasta la vista, babies. Happy birthday, Sandy. Let's turn it up. I don't need no superstar, 'cause I'll accept you as you are. You won't be denied, 'cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich, family, to be on my show. We can do 50 a month. You don't have to have a million, family, to be on my show. Boom. Birthdays make insurance more costly. Good night. Hasta la vista. I love you all. God bless you. Be safe. I'm going to turn it up. I already got my Guinness. It's a ginger beer. Esther, Maca Bue. So stop it. Good night, everybody. Happy birthday, Sandy. Let's go turn up. Peace. I'm out.